Walk into the dairy aisle. Except it's not really dairy anymore, is it? Half the shelf is almond, oat, soy, and coconut cartons now, all promising to be a clean swap for milk. Here's the problem. Making plant milk should be simple. Blend a plant with water. Strain it. Done. That's how people have made nut and grain milks for centuries, long before any of this was sold in a carton. But grab almost any carton off the shelf today, and it's not that simple anymore. Flip it around. You'll usually find gums, oils, and a vitamin blend doing most of the work, with barely any actual plant inside. The front of the box shows almonds spilling out of a burlap sack. The back tells a very different story. So today, we're counting down 10 plant milks that are mostly just water, with a chemistry set added in. A few of these are probably sitting in your fridge right now. Let's get into it. Number 10, 2% Almond Trick. Almond Breeze, made by Blue Diamond, is one of the biggest almond milk brands in the country. A class action lawsuit accused the company of something pretty simple. The almond in almond milk was only about 2% of the actual carton. The rest is water, cane sugar, and a handful of additives like gellan gum and sunflower lecithin, plus a vitamin blend to make up for the nutrition that got left out. 2% almonds. 90-something% water. That's not really almond milk. That's flavored, fortified water with a picture of almonds on the front. Number 9. Gellan Gum Almond Water. Silk almond milk, owned by Danone, is one of the most recognizable names in plant milk. Its ingredient label reads almost identically to its biggest competitor. Water and almonds come first, sure, but the almond percentage is just as thin. And it's followed by the same short list of stabilizers: gellan gum, sea salt, and a synthetic vitamin and mineral blend to replace what real almonds would have provided naturally. It's a well-marketed carton, but peel back the branding, and it's the same industry formula as everyone else on the shelf. 2 companies, 2 logos, 1 nearly identical recipe. Number 8. Premium price. Same water. Califia Farms markets itself as the higher-end, better-for-you almond milk, complete with that curvy bottle and clean-looking label. But the ingredient list tells a familiar story. Water first, a small amount of almonds. Then, gums and natural flavors hold everything together and make it taste like something. You're paying a premium price for the same basic formula, just with nicer branding wrapped around it. The bottle looks like it belongs on a farmer's market shelf. The ingredient panel says otherwise. Number 7. Added oil oat milk. Oatly practically built the oat milk category. Their creamy texture and steamed milk foam made them the go-to for coffee shops everywhere. That creaminess doesn't come from oats alone, though. Most Oatly products include added rapeseed oil, along with enzymes used to break down the oat starch into sugar during processing. It's a clever bit of food engineering. It's just not the simple oats and water story the branding suggests. That sweetness people love in their oat milk latte is largely a byproduct of that starch-to-sugar conversion, not the oats being naturally sweet. Number 6. Vegetable oil oat trick. Planet Oat leans hard into the oats, water, and that's basically it image on its packaging. Look at the actual label, though, and you'll usually find added vegetable oil and a gum or two mixed in, alongside a vitamin and mineral blend. It's a similar playbook to Oatly, just under a different name and a slightly different oat-to-water ratio. The marketing photos show oats spilling out of a burlap sack. The ingredient list tells a more processed story. Number 5. Cafe Favorite Chemical Cup. Chobani oat milk rode the brand's yogurt reputation straight into the plant milk aisle, and a lot of people assumed the same simple ingredients approach carried over. It mostly did, on paper. But like its competitors, Chobani's oat milk still leans on added oil and stabilizing gums to hit that smooth, barista-ready texture people expect. Oats and water alone don't naturally behave that way. Getting that silky, latte-ready pour takes a little more than a blender and a strainer. Number 4. Soybean Percent Mystery. Silk soy milk was one of the original plant milk brands, and soy actually has more natural protein than almond or oat to begin with. That's a real advantage. And it's part of why nutritionists have long pointed to soy as the closest plant-based match for dairy protein. But manufacturers still don't have to disclose exactly what percentage of the carton is soybeans versus water. And the ingredient list still includes added oils, gums, and a vitamin blend to round things out. Even the most legitimate plant milk on this list still leans on processing to get its final texture. Soy might be the strongest starting point on this whole list, but it still doesn't escape the formula. Number 3. Lab-made pea protein. Ripple built its whole brand around pea protein instead of nuts or grains, marketing itself as a cleaner, more sustainable option that skips common allergens like nuts and soy entirely. Getting that protein out of peas, though, is a heavily industrial process. Peas get milled, and the protein is isolated and concentrated in a lab-style extraction process before being blended back with water, sunflower oil, and gel and gum. It's a clever workaround for allergies. But it's about as far from just peas and water as plant milk gets. The final product barely resembles the pea it started as. Number 2. 2% coconut water. So delicious coconut milk markets itself as rich and tropical, with coconuts front and center on the carton, right down to the shredded coconut graphics on the label. In reality, most coconut milk beverages like this one contain only a small percentage of actual coconut cream, the rest being water, cane sugar, and thickeners like guar gum or locust bean gum. It's coconut-flavored water more than it is coconut milk. Real coconut cream, the kind you'd get from pressing the flesh, is far thicker and richer than anything poured from a carton like this. Number 1. Rice starch sugar water. Rice milk, like Pacific Foods' version, might be the most watered down of them all. Rice itself is mostly starch to begin with, so once it's processed into a beverage, what's left is largely water, rice starch, and added sugar. It also tends to have added oils and gums thrown in for texture, since rice alone can't create a creamy mouthfeel on its own. Of everything on this list, rice milk is often the closest thing to drinking sweetened, thickened water. There's a reason nutritionists rarely call it a strong source of anything beyond carbohydrates. What does this actually mean? None of this means plant milk is dangerous. Gums like gellan and guar gum are generally recognized as safe, and the added vitamins genuinely help fill nutritional gaps that a plain nut or oat blend would otherwise leave behind. But milk implies something concentrated, something made mostly from the plant on the label. Most cartons on store shelves today are mostly water, propped up by a small toolkit of oils, gums, and synthetic vitamins to fake the texture and nutrition real milk offers naturally. That's the actual lie here. Not that these products are unsafe, but that the marketing sells you an image of a plant-packed drink when the ingredient panel tells a much thinner story. It also explains why homemade almond or oat milk tastes so different from the store-bought version. Blend your own nuts with water at home, and you'll land somewhere around 10 to 20% actual almond content. Compare that to the 2% in a lot of cartons, and the gap in flavor and nutrition starts to make a lot more sense. It's the difference between drinking nut milk and drinking nut-flavored water. If you want an actual plant milk, check the ingredient list before you check the marketing. Look for a higher percentage of the actual plant, fewer gums, and no added oil just to fake creaminess. Some smaller brands do print their real nut or oat percentage on the label instead of hiding it. Those are worth seeking out, even if they cost a little more or don't pour quite as smoothly. Reading the label takes 10 seconds. It's the easiest way to tell the difference between real plant milk and flavored water in a carton. If this helped you see what's actually in your carton, hit like and subscribe. New videos every week, breaking down what's really on your plate.